Mean velocity. The performance score is above the mean and quite close to best score for mean velocity, which is 3.5 meters per second. This shows that generally the performer did quite well and was quite quick, as his score was 3.3 meters per second and the mean was 3 meters per second. So he could try to improve his mean velocity to get up to the highest performer's level. He can do this by working on his power or speed. Mean power watts. So performer 4's score is 1510.94 watts, which is just above the mean of 1253 watts, and therefore it shows that he has a good power level and just needs to maintain this. And he could try to improve his mean power to get up to the highest performer's level, which is 2329.75 watts, as he's still quite far away from this. So he needs to work quite a bit on his power in training or by doing power drills in the gym, for example, to get up to the highest performer. Acceleration. So performer 4's score is 6.20 meters per second, which is just above the mean of 5.89 meters per second. Therefore, it shows he has a good acceleration level and needs to maintain it. But he's still a bit away from the highest score, which was 8.45 meters per second. So he needs to work on his acceleration by doing sprint drills, for example, to get up to the highest score. Time in air. So performer 4 scores 0.57 seconds for this, which is just above the mean of 0.51 seconds, but still below the highest score of 0.63 seconds. So it shows he's done well and is above the average, but he could work on trying to get a longer time in the air by maybe having more power or more net force. So this is the overall view of the performer. So for 6.1, his good points were that he had good turnovers, covered a lot of the court in both the offensive and defensive areas, which is especially important for a small forward. However, he could get better steals, as he obviously got 0 steals, which is an important part of a small forward's game. He could work on his ability to get more blocks in, as again he got 0, which again is very important for a small forward. And he could get around the size of the basket more, so that he can improve how many rebounds he gets, as he didn't get many offensive rebounds. For 6.2, he had a good low ready position with bent knees to create a large base of support, and he made contact with his opponent so he knew where they were. He had his hands spread around the ball, and he did well to put his elbows out to stop his performer stealing the ball. However, his arms could have been wider to stop his opponent getting around the side of him, and his elbows could be even wider in certain points so that the ball can't be stolen from under his arm. And on the recovery stage, he should start to go one way so the defender will follow him, or he can go that way or feint and go the other way. For 6.3, his good points were he had a good net score, good time in air, good mean power, and good mean velocity. These were all above the mean. However, duration and phase was slightly below the mean, and all the scores are still below the max score, so he could try to improve to reach that. Smart targets. So the 3 targets are to improve steal technique to gain more steals. Think about getting round the side of the hoop more and close to it to gain more rebounds, and make sure elbows are wider to stop the pass of the opponent from getting under his arms and stealing the ball. So for steals, it is to improve the performer's steal technique, to gain more steals off the opponents and win the ball back for his team, which is an important role of a small forward. This will allow his team to get more baskets for themselves, as they'll have more counter-attacks, and also stop the performers from scoring as many, because they'll have less shots at the basket if he's stealing the ball off them. How he does this through three main coaching points. So he can practice these in training by setting up drills and practicing these coaching points. So pressure, so close the space and make his opponent uncomfortable. Timing, so get the ball, try and steal the ball when the ball's at the top of its bounce, so at the highest point, so it's less easier for the opponent to bounce it again. And don't foul, so avoid shoulder contact to make it not look like a foul, or don't make it easy for the ref to give a foul. These can all be practiced in drills, in training. Smart targets, so what to get around the side of the hoop and the D more, so that he can improve the amount of rebounds at either side of the court that the performer can make, which will allow his team to score more baskets, as if he gets more offensive rebounds, they'll be able to have more attempts at the hoop and to stop the opponent from getting as many baskets, as they'll have less attempts if he's stopping them getting the rebounds. How he does this, he could pick a point on either side of the D and use it as a marker, so maybe count each time his foot touches it in a game. The coach could, and then he can count how, say he touched it 10 times for the first game, then he could try to touch it 15 for the next one, and the coach can monitor that. Or he can work on his rebounding skills in training, so he gets in the habit of getting into that position and doing rebounds. And finally, his elbows need to be spread out wider during the box out rebound. So this is to stop the opponent from getting under his arms and stealing the ball. So he can practice drills doing the box out rebound 2 times a week for a month, for example, with someone recording the performer, so he can look back and see if his elbows are pushed out wide enough. They could use software such as Dartfish or something cheaper like SoloPro to review back the footage. The coach could also tell the opponent trying to steal the ball to be really aggressive and don't worry about fouling to steal the ball, so that the performer has to be really strong and have really wide elbows.